Hey students, alright, let's take a look at your sheet from the I Am From poem. So I do need your name, first and last, on the sheet of paper, today's date, and the period in which you have my class. So this is just the brainstorming. We talked about what it looked like when I wrote things down. Now, realize that this is stanza 1 and 2. You could almost split this in half. And just write on here things that are on the inside of your house and outside of your house. I also want you to think inside doesn't mean something specific. Like, if I were to go in my grandmother's house, she is always found in the kitchen. She's cooking, baking for the church. She's cooking dinner. She's prepping dinner. She's doing something. I don't know. She just spent tons of time in the kitchen. So inside, I could say grandma in kitchen. I could also talk about, on mine, it was Amazon boxes. I don't even get to them right away. There's just boxes in my house. There are 2 dogs always around in my front house, or in the house. They're always running around the house. And there is, always somebody in my house, the kids or something. There was always a scent in my house also. So I like to put things that give off scents all throughout the house. So I always like to, walk in and have like a scent that's there. So those are things. They can be tangible or intangible. Things that you can touch or things that you can feel with your senses. A certain smell that's always there. Maybe wet dog is always because your dog doesn't stop jumping in the pool. I don't know. But those are things that are inside your house. Outside your house, it could, even inside could be the AC is always running because you live in hot Florida. Outside the house could be anything that's in your yard. Dirt for grass, weeds that have taken over any grassy area. You could say overgrown bushes. You could say perfectly trimmed bushes. You could even state the fence. The fence is always around your house, so that's always there. A fenced-in yard, a willow tree, just whatever the case is, it goes on the outside. Stanza 3 is about found in your neighborhood. That's when I talked about like golf carts and walkers and runners and joggers and people walking their dogs. They're always there in my neighborhood. So names of people who are important to you. That's when you're going to talk about friends, family. I have an uncle who was exceptionally important to me growing up. He and I developed just a really close relationship, and I treasure my uncle. So that's something that I would put on here. Sayings are words you hear often. Remember, go get the whatchamacallit. That was my grandmother. Or because I said so. That was a mom thing. But those are definitely things that I heard quite frequently growing up, and those are the things I want to put in the box here. Foods or dishes that you loved and created a memory for you. Those foods, it could be that there's pizza every Friday night. Maybe that is a family tradition. Every Friday night you guys start off on a pizza. Maybe it's football nachos during the fall because of the football games. Whatever ever happens in your house or that you attach to a memory, maybe you only get your absolute favorite like cake or meal on your birthday, so you can use that. Maybe you've only had it one time, but you will always and forever remember this dish. The first time that I had creme brulee was in a restaurant in Wisconsin called the Four Seasons, and it absolutely changed and created a love for creme brulee that I still have to this day. So creme brulee may be something I could put on here. Places where you keep your mementos. This could be something in your head. Don't let this phrasing kind of catch you. It could be in a box under your bed. It could be your diary. It could be there's a cabin on a lake that your family went to one summer, and it was the best summer you ever had. So that's what you think about. I think about the fairs growing up in Wisconsin. They're unlike any others, and I absolutely love the fair that I remember from there, or the haunted hay rides, or things like that. So mementos could also be the place where you have a strong memory. Don't necessarily think that it's going to be a physical thing in your house. Okay, so when you are done, here's what I want you to do on the back. You're going to flip it over, and you're going to create phrases from your brainstorming. I am from this, comma, this. So you're going to separate it by commas, and then another comma, and then if maybe an and. So you need about 3, maybe 4 things per stanza, and when you get to the last one, you're going to put and. This is about number 1. This is going to be inside your house. This is number 2. This is going to be outside your house. Number 3 from the back, see how it says stanza number 3? It's going to link to that. So you can literally number these 4, 5, 6, and where you can't see is where I put 7. But those stanzas and brainstorming, you already have the ideas. Now you just have to create a phrase that describes them and put it on that line. So all I want you to do is just put down thoughts and ideas, and then we'll go through and talk about what we should change, keep, and or correct spelling or whatever the case may be. So I really want you to focus on, after you do the brainstorming, creating the stanza from the same groups that you have on the very back of your page. All right, if you guys have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and remember, make yourself proud.